Hi, I'm Pete, and welcome to Just a Few Acres Farm. It's time for morning chores. I thought I'd take you with me. It's about 20 degrees this morning. It's been chilly lately. Morning, cows. How are you guys doing? Water is a big deal when it's cold out. We gotta make sure everything's drained every day and nothing freezes up. Hillary takes care of the laying hens in the winter house, and these are their drinkers. They come in for the night so they don't freeze up. Hiya, little ones. You're looking very furry. Mr. Titus is just hanging out. Hey, bud. In to see the piggers. Well, hello, Red. How are you? Hi, Red. She's reaching for the feed. Hi, little ones. You're all cozied up in the cold. Billy's eating. Hey, Billy. You got a lot of frozen stuff in there. You do? You got a lot of frozen stuff in there. There you go. Don't be afraid of me. Luckily, it's going to thaw later on, so if I just get him some liquid in here, it'll start to thaw things out, and the rest will thaw out a little later. We'll put a little green in there, too. There we go. We have to fluff the hay on both sides for the cattle. Usually Hillary does the other side, and I do this side, but since I'm making a video, she's doing both sides today for me.
Morning, you guys.
Fork that hay. Fork it. Well, you're a hungry little guy. Till I come around. I'm coming in to see you guys. I have some sad news to share about the little piglet that we put in with Billy. You remember Oreo? She died shortly after we put her in. Just dropped dead. I guess the stress of shipping. I don't know. It's never happened to us before, but as they say, if you have livestock, you also have dead stock. So we put in another gilt piglet who we're calling Mrs. Pigglesworth. She's the one with the spots that's laying against the wall. And then we put Gimpy in here too, so we could keep a closer eye on Gimpy that's got the front leg that he kind of favors it. He doesn't walk on it. And we looked at it some more, and it looks like he's actually got a joint issue, like he'd been laid on by Mom. And we'll just wait and see how he does. You guys are still fraidy pigs. Billy, don't climb on Gimpy. Be nice to each other. You huddle in here. It'll warm up a little later. Now we gotta go and see these monsters. Hey guys. How are you doing? Just fine in the cold, because you're big pigs. Here they all come. It's time for breakfast, guys. Well, you got in my way. Don't all eat at once. Yes, hello. What a bunch of pigs. You guys are pigs. Better get yours before somebody else does. With little pigs, we always worry about keeping them warm when it gets pretty cold like this, but with big pigs, no problem. They've got that insulating layer of fat and they do just fine in the cold. They have shelter with hay in there that they lay in to keep warm, and they huddle together, but they're out most of the day, even in temperatures like this. They get used to it. And they need their water barrel filled up. I'm glad that we didn't get the snow that they got north and west of us in Buffalo. What'd they get, 6 feet or something like that? We only got an inch. That's the nature of lake effect. It streams off the lakes and it's very localized. Come on, water. Well, that hose is froze up. We're gonna have to come back to it with a different hose. Guess I didn't drain that one as well as it should have been. Good morning, ladies. Hi, Peanut. How are you doing? Hello, 2103. What's going on with your... Oh, boy. Yep, that's the way it is. Oh, my gosh. There we go. When I was a kid, we used to bring an axe out to do this to the watering troughs. If this gets too bad, I'd drop a tank heater in here and thaw it all out. What are you all excited about? She sees something over there. Well, here comes everybody else out to get a drink. Come on, ladies. You're the friendly one. Yes, you are. Yep. You always got to give me a lick. You go get a drink. It's cold, isn't it? Yes, Peanut, it's cold. Well, we can go back in here and put this bucket away. You guys are eating. Grab this. Oh, we got customers here. There we go. Hey, Tulip. How are you? We brought the cows into the barn here a couple days ago because we needed to sort out Carrie, our 15-year-old cow who went to the butcher yesterday, and we bring them all in, then we can sort Carrie. We close the gate to the pasture, but they're going to go back out on the pasture maybe when the snow melts off in a day or so, and they can continue grazing out there. And yeah, Carrie's gone to the butcher. She's the oldest cow we ever brought to the butcher. Her meat will be delicious. In my experience, those old cows, we keep the meat for ourselves except for the ground beef because the flavor is out of this world. I never have to worry about this stock tank at the cattle pen freezing up because they drink it fast enough. We fill it twice a day. I don't have to drop a stock tank heater in here and save a lot of energy that way. Hey, you. I love the way their noses scrunch when they drink. What happened? I didn't mean to scare you. Huh. Well, you can get a drink later. There's a calf getting its morning meal over behind Mom there. I see milk face. Now that calf is nursing from the danger zone. Mom's got to go to the bathroom. He's going to be in trouble. He's checking out all the teats to make sure they're empty. He's just about done. There he is. Mr. Milkface there, 2207. 2202. And Mom went to go get something to eat. Hey, little guy. That'll do it. Of course, the cold doesn't bother the cattle one bit. I've seen them stand out with an inch of snow falling on their back. They don't care, but they have the shelter of the barn to come in here to eat and drink. Let's go see these little guys. Hey, little porkers, how you doing? Let's see what your feed situation is. Hi, guys. I see heads poking up. Oh, yeah. Yep, you guys need some. I know it's cold this morning. You guys bury yourself in the hay. Hillary and I have been keeping a close eye on these little piglets we got last week because it's cold. We like to start piglets when it's a little warmer out, but that's the way it worked out this year. We just keep the heat lamps on them, keep putting in more and more hay so they can bury themselves in it, and cross our fingers they get through the cold spot and into the warmer part of the week, and they start to thrive and grow, and the bigger they get, the better they are in the cold. Oh, a little sloppy slop here. I'm coming to give you guys some food. You are a little one. There you go. There you go, guys. This little guy, he's little, but he sure does eat a lot. He's always in the feed dish. Did you notice that hunch back on him, the way his back hunches toward the rear? I've seen that before in piglets, and usually that's a sign of inbreeding, which is a problem with piglets. When you have limited genetic diversity, you might get cold in an area. They usually grow up fine. They just have that funny hump in their back. Let's go over here and I can inform you of the state of the chickens. Just go in here. Hiya, ladies. Getting your breakfast. Don't let me stop you. In October, we finished doing stew hens, and that took care of about half the hens that were out in the field. We brought them in from the field about a week or two ago, and we only had 90 to bring in after doing stew hens, and they joined the 75 pullets that we grew out in here this summer. So that leaves us with how many? About 170 or so laying hens for the winter in here, and they'll winter in this high tunnel. It stays nice and warm in here. We bed them, and they've got a laying house up above and then 2 outdoor runs that they go into to get fresh air outside. Hillary does the morning chores for the laying hens, and she finished and went inside. I don't blame her. It's awful cold. Now it's time for round 2 with the field pigs. I brought a different hose out. You know, you gotta be careful draining your hoses in the winter. I guess I wasn't careful with that other one. We'll hook this one up and water them. Alright, you monkeys. Bossy pig. You're bossy. Stop nibbling on me. Hey, red one. Yes, good morning to you too. Hi. How are you? Bossy pig, you're getting a drink. To keep this 55-gallon tank unfrozen, thawed, we just drop a 250-watt submersible heater in it. Goes in right here through this little door, and it doesn't freeze up that way. And then for the nipples themselves, when the pigs put their mouths on them, it warms them up enough so that they thaw, and then the pigs drink. It's as simple as that. Get a drink. Don't chew on me. I am not edible, bossy pig. You're something. You are something. You're always bugging me. You just never leave me alone. You're not so bad. Well, Don't be scared. There we go. Draining down hoses in winter just consists of lifting one end with the valve open and just letting it drain out the other end. It's as simple as that. Don't make it any more complicated than it needs to be. That's it for morning chores. It's almost time for breakfast and coffee, but there's one other thing I wanted to talk about in this video before I finish. With all of our pig breeding issues that I've been covering in videos lately, I got to thinking about our whole facility here, and I've never really liked it that much. I mean, it was great when we built it because it brought us from keeping our brood pigs outside in the winter, which I absolutely hated, but it's got a lot of drawbacks. It's difficult to clean the pens out, which is why in previous years we've run with minimal bedding in the pens, which I don't really like. But you can't use straw in here because everything comes out in a wheelbarrow, so we've gone to bedding with wood chips and pine shavings. We're going to start building deep beds for the brood pigs using pine shavings, and I know you can get sawdust at sawmills and such, but I prefer to use kiln dried pine shavings. Another reason we don't use straws, we got plenty of hay on hand. The straw is over $5 a bale now for small square bales, so the wood chips wind up being more absorbent that we get that are kiln dried. Anyway, I've grown to not like this facility, and at the same time another thing's been going on in my head. When I went looking for feeder pigs, I realized there isn't very much good stock out there. It's just, they're mutts, which I don't mind hybrid pigs. I like growing at hybrid pigs, but inbred, you know, not the breeds that taste the best in my opinion, and changed from 5 years ago. I think because of COVID and all the changes that brought about there, the feeder pig industry around here has kind of exploded because everybody's wanting pigs to grow out for themselves, and I really enjoy grazing or raising pigs. My mouth's getting numb because of the cold. So two things came together, and I saw that nice facility where we got the feeder pigs, and I thought, you know, I should build one of those and start raising more pigs and selling feeder stock that has really good genetics. So I've got my neighbor north of us that raises purebred stock via AI, and he raises not only Tamworths but Berkshires and Herefords, and start with breeding stock that's purebred so I know absolutely what I've got, and raise high quality heritage pig breeds and sell feeders and build a coverall like he had out here, and nice pig pens where I can run a tractor through, you know, and clean out straw from the pens and put a pig pasture behind them so I can rotate in and out brood stock and kind of make a little self-contained operation out of it. I don't know, I think it's a good idea. Before 5 years ago, the feeder pig market stunk. I mean, you were getting, at this time of year, you were lucky to get $50 for a feeder pig, and we paid $100 for the ones we got each, and they go up from there. So I'm thinking it would be a fun little venture to have, I think, and to really get into high quality and maybe even get into AIing our own and raising different purebred breeds, and then, you know, people could take their pick and kind of being a cut above the normal stuff that you're finding out there in terms of quality genetics. So those are my thoughts. I am going in to have coffee and breakfast. I hope you enjoyed joining me for morning chores, and if I don't see you until after, I hope you have a great Thanksgiving, my favorite holiday of the year by far. Eat, sleep, be merry. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.